are met, we will execute one hostage on the hour, every hour.
I'd like to welcome you to Ubisoft's motion capture studio. Come on in, I'm going to show you around and we'll talk a little bit about the game. You'll see around our capture area we have 24 cameras, okay? We use 24 cameras to capture a maximum of 3 actors at a time. Our capture area is 20 by 30 feet. One of the most important parts of the studio is this very large projector right here. This is something that I use all the time because it allows me to see what my actors are doing in real time. This is the interior of our helicopter. You wouldn't be able to figure it out if you saw it, but basically we've got all of the chairs here for the team members. Because Rainbow Six Vegas is a next-gen game, we have a much larger pool of memory for character animation than we ever did before. For example, in Rainbow Six 3, the entire game used roughly 800 animations. In Rainbow Six Vegas, we're pushing with scripted events well over 4,000. So what that's allowed us to do is to generate a lot of very unique custom animation for pretty much everything in the game. Rainbow Six Vegas, or Rainbow in general, is all about realism. So by creating so many unique character animations for all the different character types and hostages and terrorists and all that sort of thing, it gives the player a much more vivid and realistic appreciation of the Rainbow world. What I'm hoping is that when the player plays the game, he's not going to be able to see any reproduction or recycling of the same animation over and over and over again. You don't get a lot of realistic human keyframed movement. The reason for that is it's really hard to do. One of the things that we as human beings are best able to do is to understand and see how human beings move and react to the world. Motion capture is basically going right to the source. We take a human being, and because of advances in technology, we're able to place these markers on the person. We place them on joints and certain key points on the body. And with all of these cameras that you see around me, these 24 cameras, we're able to track the movement of a human being through space and then take all of that information, all of that data from that tracked movement and place it exactly on our 3D character. And basically it replicates that movement perfectly. One of the big differences with working in keyframe as opposed to mocap is in keyframe, ultimately I'm always working with virtual content. I sit down with an animator and we work on a performance that exists in the computer. What I love about the mocap facility is I get to work with human beings. So a lot of people have been wondering if our rappel system is mocap. It's not. In the case of the rappel system, or a lot of the stunt work that we do in Rainbow Six Vegas, we chose to keyframe it. Try reproducing this in a motion capture set. There are some stunts in the game, rappelling is a perfect example, where it's completely impractical for me to try to reproduce that in a motion capture studio. All right, everybody, thanks for checking out Rainbow Six Vegas and Ubisoft's motion capture studio. I hope you had a good time. Enough messing around, time for me to get back to work. See you later.